Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
This is our co-host for Late Night Boomin.
Hey, the man, the myth, the legend,
Baxter.
It's Reid.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. It's
Baxter.
been,
I always used to get the stupid, the Mal Mix commercial. You ever see Baxter? It's Baxter.
Oh yeah, the meow,
Yeah.
Did you sing the jingle
I
back?
Want chicken, I want liver, Mal Mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Can you
so
sing
that's
it?
The cat names.
Yeah,
Cat
you
names
can you
Baxter.
sing it?
Sing it for us.
But
I
Reid,
want
sing
chicken,
it.
I want liver, Mal
Sing
Mix,
it.
Mal Mix, please deliver. Sing it how?
Sing it, but sing it like you're doing like an indie single, like you're really trying and you're singing it with
right,
soul.
like you're postmodern.
I like. Oh, should I do like
you're really
a
trying.
whisper or like a raspy voice?
Yeah.
Here we go. Hang on. I want chicken, I want liver, Meow Mix, please deliver.
That was good.
That was like
no,
it wasn't.
That was
No,
like
it
the
wasn't.
right amount of like.
You know what I
the
used to like to do?
breathiness?
I used to like someone did this on TikTok, and I'm super jealous of it. I should have done it sooner. But you talk a song, and my favorite one is
like dramatic reading.
my favorite one
My
is
girlfriend
my
does
favorite
that.
one is Gnarls
They're
Barkley Crazy. It's
Yes.
like
The
I
intro
remember-
for Slick Trick?
I remember when I lost my mind. Oh, hang on.
Then you forget the lyrics.
Lost my mind. There was something so special about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space.
Yeah.
But when you're out there, you're out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much.
Wow.
Clips.
Reid back.
But maybe
Clip
I'm
that,
crazy.
Clip that.
Okay.
That one's
chat.
That one's
Yeah.
so fun.
All right.
I did that randomly, and somebody was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Maybe." And they're like, "Oh, I get it."
Here's
You
me
know,
doing. I'm doing Lil Pump's Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang.
Spend 3 racks on new.
It would
chains.
probably
Spent 3 racks on
Gucci
new
Gang.
chains.
It would probably help if I've ever heard this song.
Anyways, audience, hello. It's me. I've been wondering how you've been.
Is he singing?
I was
Is he
trying
singing
to
a
do
Taylor
the
Swift
Adele. I
song?
forgot.
It's a Taylor Swift song, isn't it?
I think
No,
it's
no,
Adele,
it's
right?
Adele.
I'm the
Adele.
problem. Oh,
No,
That's
He
saying
is- he
is a
problem.
So
That's
Taylor
From
Swift is nabbing.
from the other side.
Hello.
From the other side.
I must have called
What are we doing?
1,000 times.
is this the whole show?
Okay, all right.
yeah,
should we
it
run
is.
I love
this?
it.
I think we should do
I love
the
it.
intro. Yeah.
Before we do that,
Intro.
we should do the Stooges. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Roll the intro.
Back to Daylight Boomin'. It's the only podcast. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined today by the one and only co-host of Late Night Boomin', Reid Baxter.
Thank you.
Someone get him a latte.
Get him a latte.
Yep.
Get him a latte.
Yep.
Obviously, you know the rest of us. I'm the technical director, producer. Jack is the creator and host of Late Night Boomin', also tentatively the creator of Daylight Boomin', but I will not let him have that.
Nope.
And-
Keep it, Siege.
He's had enough,
And he's
man.
the assistant
He's had
director
enough.
and head
Hello.
writer, and just general fun guy.
Yep, we just got a good crop here.
We got a good
We got a right proper crop.
we
I
got
was
a good
joking.
gang.
I
Yeah.
joked one day before a show. These two, if you put these two together, I was gonna make a picture out of it. These two are just totally perfect Beavis and Butthead right here. Especially because I was following behind them. They were walking side by side, and I heard them laugh, and now I'm like, I'm following Beavis and Butthead right now.
Literally,
It's the blonde and the dark
anytime
hair.
You put them in the same room,
Yeah.
it's chaos.
Yep.
Which is
perfect.
it's a good thing because we've gotten a lot of crazy.
Except
good
at
things out of
funerals,
the
it's
chaos.
not always the best.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a funeral with
Jack,
you
I
guys,
told you not to
so-
crawl into that casket.
So one thing that we're planning on doing with our business is expanding and doing a wing where we are going to do events at funerals, and we might, kind of make them fun, late night show style.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
like
Yeah.
that funeral segment for the
Yeah.
late night show.
Yeah.
And we
I
kind
like
of we
it.
kind of go up there and we're like, so it looks like he boomed himself.
Yep. We'll do that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure.
That joke was a
Break
little
the
stiff.
I think.
It's a little bit.
Is this thing on?
Boy, tough crowd.
Podcasts are made for dead air, I guess.
Am I muted?
Why
Mic
am I
check.
here? What am I doing?
Guys, turn me on.
All right. Yeah.
A full disclosure, I'm 38 years old, and these guys are like 19. So,
I turned 25 this
You're
year.
fitting right in.
That's crazy, Siege.
Yeah. 2025. I was born in 2000.
So, Reid,
it's
what
easy.
have you been up to ever since we parted ways?
well,
You had a kid.
yes. So now I have. Thank you. Now I have 2. So one, he's a year and a half, and now we have the other one. She was born November 2nd.
So it's boy and girl.
Boy and girl.
There you go. It's a good
Wow.
dynamic.
Got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Super
Yep.
excited. Her name is so my son's name is Lennox Leroy. That's my wife's grandfather's name.
Cute.
And
That's
then
a-
her
that's
name.
Lennox Leroy.
Lennox
Baxter.
Leroy
What a
Baxter.
name.
That's a sick name.
What a
Right.
That's like a
LLB.
cowboy name.
LB.
Yeah.
You know,
Lennox
if his
Leroy
middle name
Baxter.
started with an N, he
That's-
could be LNB, like Boomin.
Oh.
LLB
Yes.
though. That's good.
Because
LLB is pretty good.
You should have named him
'cause-
Late Night
'cause
Baxter.
Because it's my life. Late Night Boomin is my when
Yes.
I'm not doing anything. It's
It
like
can
It's all about
up
us.
here
You're
all
just
the
watching
time.
All the time.
video.
I'm interviewing my kid all the time. I'm like, so what brings you here today?
I'm getting you
the
prepped
next
for
season.
showbiz, kid.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so my daughter, it's so weird to say, my daughter.
Dude,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Yes.
So her name is Margot Maeve.
With
Baxter.
M-O.
LLB and MMB.
Yeah.
How do you spell Margot? Is there a T at
We
the
didn't
end?
do the T.
No T.
So the T is French.
Okay.
I read. So a lot of it's the French. That's the French.
I
You're
like
not-
dropping
we're
the
not
T.
French or anything. So we just we don't
Margot.
have any.
Drop the
And,
T.
and that's what. Yeah.
I agree.
No,
Spill
no,
it.
oh, I thought you meant drop the T as in like when you're
Drop-
like
no.
Oh, when
drop
you're
Margot.
disclosing information.
Drop the T.
Information.
Drop the T.
Spill
the
I'm
T.
saying,
Spill the
Oh,
tea.
spill the
It's-
tea.
Spill the tea.
I'm in
No,
3 different places.
I'm saying I agree with the releasing of the T on the Margot name.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement
Yeah.
there.
I was
It's
thinking about
Margot.
adding a T to my name, actually.
Edward.
Okay.
Edit.
Eddie.
What if there's a T?
Stupid.
Ed
Don't do
My
that.
bits are just great tonight, guys.
This thing on.
Ba-dum, tsh. Siege, can we get Chuck
can
in here
guess
for
it
the
over
next
there if you
episode
wanna
to
get
do
it.
drum fills for every time Eddie tells a joke?
When we
I'm
go
just
full
staring at him. I'm just
time,
staring at him.
boys, and we've got a full podcast studio, I will hire Chuck
need
to
Chuck.
come for just to sit in and do drum fills for us. And I'll pay him the full rate for a whole hour just so he can sit there and listen to us bull crap. I'm trying really
That
hard
would
not to swear
actually
after
be-
last week's episode.
That'd
Yeah, I'm
actually be
sorry.
a really funny addition to
Yeah.
a podcast. Like it's like you know how on a late night sometimes they like banter at the drummer and he'll make sound effects. That'd be hilarious.
To pull that into a podcast?
Yes.
If we give him, like,
especially
one of those soundboards.
From a late night
Yes.
show. We'll do
He
it.
could do the
We'll
intro
it.
and everything.
We'll do it.
We should
We'll
give
do
him one
it.
of those soundboards where
2026.
he presses the
2026.
sound and it makes a different sound every time. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
We could get a sound. Yeah, he just sits there with a
I want-
soundboard.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
He
Yeah.
could just
I
record
heard-
drum fills. and
I was
then
hearing
just
the
hit
sound
buttons.
effects. I was hearing the
Yes.
sound effects that your thing made that one time, and I thought it'd be funny. You guys ever seen Fight Club?
Yes.
It'd be funny if you just had a sound effect every time you open up. It's like-
Well, Siege's computer makes funny noises.
Oh yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. I know you open up a tab every time. And
Yeah,
just,
it's like whoosh.
Yeah.
I
It's-
have to turn the browser sounds on because I had them turned off because they were bothering. That's my open and closed.
That's
tab
the sound
sounds.
every
gold.
time.
Yeah,
It's gold.
it's gold. It's gold.
So Reid,
Reid, let's get into
Oh,
it.
we're here.
let's do
We're
it.
here.
Okay, Reid.
So I had a daughter, and she's it's just-
That's crazy. And did you like do anything for New Year's?
Yeah. What did we do? We went to bed by 8, I think. Yeah. that
Late
was
night
it.
for you.
Yeah, it was late night
8
booming
a.m..
for sure. No, we were in bed. I know we didn't make it till midnight. I know that we didn't. It wasn't 8, but no, we didn't do
slept
anything.
into the new year. You
did-
decided to
yes.
rest in that can be a good thing. That's a good omen, honestly.
It really
I think your
was.
2025
my
is going to be
my poor wife though. She couldn't because she's
Oh.
like full time on baby duty. So
Oh.
like, I feel terrible. So I think she might have rung in the new year. I really don't know. I was too busy sleeping, and she was probably too busy
She saw the
cussing
ball
out,
drop.
cussing my name out. 'cause
She saw the balls drop on the other job.
That's
No, he's not old enough for that. That was a bad joke.
Chuck.
Chuck, where you at? And where's this guy's latte?
Where's his latte, guys?
You
Where's
said
his
you had to
latte?
edit this, right?
Yeah, I
You
have to edit this.
Stage over here talking about.
I'm so sorry.
What are we talking about? Do you have like news stories like you did last?
Yeah.
What do we?
Sometimes-
What
So
do we
do you have
sometimes
anything
we
in that
got-
laptop of yours?
What do
that
we
we just-
have? I love this. What have you
So
guys
Reid.
been up to?
A whole lot of
A lot of stuff.
I've been trying to. I want to.
We're honestly just still recovering from season 2.
Are you?
Yeah.
It feels like a nuclear bomb went off,
Yeah.
and now we're living in the wreckage.
Yeah, like we're walking through the
fallout.
radiation.
We're
and
walking
aftermath.
through blood and bone
right.
in the streets
fallout.
of
So what?
Sioux
So
Falls.
as like.
I thought that thing growing out of your face was abnormal.
Right, I know.
Yeah, it's the nuclear.
Wait till you see my butt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't wait.
yeah,
Just wait.
How, is
gnarly.
that why you smell?
yeah. That's where the onion comes
Yeah,
from.
Jack smells like straight onion.
I smell like onion, garlic. Everyone.
He was cooking.
I was cooking with onions.
Indian food. Since you like
Darn
making
near.
weird jokes.
It was darn near.
Slick Trigger. Just gonna get it out of the way.
Okay, sure.
Go watch Slick Trigger. Jack makes fun of Indian people.
Okay, so Reid. I think this we wanted you to have we wanted to have you.
Yeah. Yes, Eddie. What? Yeah. Yeah.
now they're
We
gonna
wanted to
watch
have
the
you
whole
on
thing.
tonight as, kind of just to get your thoughts, post season on where you're at mentally after what we put you through on Boomin.
Let's see. Well, I have a child at home who's a year and a half, and I have a.
Yeah, we talked about
daughter
that.
at home. She's-
Moving on.
Hang
moving
on.
We get it. You're
Hey,
proud father.
This is going somewhere. So
Okay, okay,
My
sorry.
daughter born on November 2nd. How's my sanity? Is that what you asked me?
How did the season?
Mess you up.
How did you
This
manage?
is therapy. Actually,
Dude,
we're gonna
it didn't-
unpack
it
your
How did
trauma.
it make you feel?
You're unpacking trauma.
For real. It didn't at all. I loved every second of it. It was one of the most fun experiences I ever had in my life. It Everybody on the show is so great.
Where's
They're all so nice. Where's my latte? No, I loved every second of it. Like nothing messed me up. Like even if there was like chaos anywhere, if like anybody didn't know what was going on, or if there was some mishap with the sound,
or all those
something,
fights
something.
with the drummer backstage.
Yeah.
The fist fights that you got
Mr.
into.
Potter and his
Yeah.
insane demands.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
time
gosh.
Chuck and I got into it on the floor and he
Yep.
punched me in the
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
And then
My
you,
dude
I think
packs
you,
a punch, man.
you like threw him
He's
to the
short,
ground.
dude.
Yeah.
He's small. He's a small guy, man, but he
He can stick
He's
those
like a little Hulk.
drumsticks in
I
weird
can't,
places.
I can't believe you stuck around after the whole Reid bot situation. Like that was crazy.
That was intense.
You know,
intense.
I like the Reid bot thing. That was kind of nice. But then
He did
I was
win you
like,
over by the end of the
but
night.
then I'm like, the AI is getting out of control. It's gonna take my job. And then I had to shut it down.
literally almost
I had to
did.
shut it down.
yeah.
You had to shut it
Nope.
down.
Yeah, I had to shut that bot
Yeah.
down. He did a great job. Don't get me wrong. Very handsome because it was me.
Right.
Studley.
But there
Well-
can only be one.
What would you say was your favorite and least favorite part of the season?
Let's go segment.
segment. Okay. Favorite and least favorite segment of the season.
I was actually thinking about this today, and I was hoping it was gonna be asked. The Three Stooges bit.
Best or worst?
Best. I loved it so much.
The guy was
And I
like,
think
me
it
too,
translated
'cause I
so
liked
well
it too. If you're
onto
saying
the
the
internet.
worst, I was gonna
Yeah.
be really
So I
worried.
love that one so much because, and if nobody's watched it yet, that was the episode where we had the kids from NB daycare come over, and our whole audience was kids.
Yes.
That was so fun.
Crazy episode.
It was
And
awesome.
when we did the Three Stooges bit,
They loved it.
they were rolling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They loved it.
They were working the
when
room.
you hear
Yep.
that, when you hear this, all those kids laughing, dude. Oh my god.
It was awesome.
No.
Instant
Yeah.
instant third finger.
No. Say what were you gonna say while I was talking about a kid audience? Go on.
Instant bountiful blessings and harvest.
That is
Siege
exactly what I was
legit
hoping
cut
you
that
were
part
gonna
out
say.
because if
no, please, I'm sorry.
I'll bleep it.
cut
I'll
out
bleep it.
No,
But like
cut
the
it out.
context-
Cut out my joke.
now you have to cut that out.
No, now it's just gonna be beep. Cut that out.
For those of you that
There's gonna
don't
be a
know,
big
we do this
black bar over your
podcast in a
mouth.
church.
No, sorry. Okay, yeah.
All
Sorry,
right,
I
and cut.
misconstrued myself. Okay,
And going
Rigo
on.
starting now.
And
Chuck.
it was when you hear like that many kids laugh, it was awesome. Like
They were getting hyped over it.
So before kids, I probably would have been like, yeah, my favorite segment was meeting Justin Warner. He's a celebrity, cool, yeah. But then like when you have kids, man, something hits you. And so like when we had that show, I think that was the best show.
That was really
honestly.
cool.
Yeah, that's
Those
powerful.
Kids, and then when they were leaving, I went down there and just talked to some of the kids and everything. And like some of them gave me a hug. And they're like, we had so much fun, and like high-fiving them all. I'm like, oh,
That's so cool.
dude, it filled my heart so much.
I heard one of them said, one of you two, I think, came up and told me, was like, is Miss Crankle Fritz really coming to our school?
Traumatize those kids.
If you haven't watched the MB episode, go check it
You
out.
have to go check it out.
Yeah.
That episode was crazy logistically when we decided to do it because it was unlike any show we had done.
Yes.
Because we had the internet or the
we
audience.
had the internet that was around. That was
audience
nice.
change halfway through because there were so many kids.
Yeah, and what was so weird about that too was
we did it also like in the middle of the day, which
did
was
it
not
like-
something
we
we had ever done.
didn't write the show either for kids. Like it was a weird line we had to walk because we had a live audience of kids, but we wanted to translate it to where like adults
Right.
would think it's funny.
It had to like meet both. Like
Well, it's not
bridge
really
that
that's
gap.
not really a problem for you guys though, because like all of our all the shows are like pretty like family friendly.
Yeah.
and,
They are,
but a
that's
lot of
true.
like adult oriented too, of course, but like also kid oriented too. So like
It's a family show.
you guys and the writers and like everybody do such a great job with the show. Like you have no idea, and so it was a mixture of like everything. Everything was great. It was a mixture of kid humor, adult humor, and I would do it again in a second with an all kid audience.
I thought you did an amazing job because what happened that episode, you guys kind of like
I know
these
what
guys
he's
are
gonna
saying.
say. I know what he's gonna say.
We had 250 kids come in for the first show, and then they had to leave, and then we had to ship in another 250 kids because our theater was so small. So it took about an hour to get the first batch out and the second batch in.
Meanwhile, they're all still sitting there. Technically,
They're sitting there
Like, there's always
waiting
kids
for the
in front
Yeah,
of them.
waiting
they had
for
to
the
take them row
buses.
by row.
Yep,
Yeah.
because it was a logistical thing. We're gonna do it different next season. But Reid and I were on the stage, and the show ended, and then we had like 45 minutes where it was just us standing there, face to face with 250 kids,
Yeah, we just
and
had fun
Reid
with
just went off the cuff and just it was so funny.
Yeah.
just like entertaining them.
Yeah, he
for
did this really enriching and deep stand up. You know that.
he talked
No,
about
I
the
didn't.
stock exchange.
Yep.
yeah. I mean,
The
things
SAG after
things that
benefits
kids should know.
was my favorite part of that episode. That
Yeah.
clip on
Well, and
TikTok
I
is
love
so
your detailed
funny.
historical
You laugh
context
every
of
time.
the beautiful,
It is gold.
timeless
At the very
game
end
of
when they go,
mahjong.
yeah, and you go,
Well,
yeah.
right. I mean, the
and
thing
it
with
cuts.
mahjong is that I've never played it in my life, and I don't
Sure.
understand it.
Sure.
So I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah,
I'm
and
so sorry.
it went over really well with the kiddos.
Right. I think the my favorite part of what I did is I started to do the Bluey theme song. Remember that?
Yeah,
Yes,
I do.
I
did the
do.
Blue- and then I went, and then the kids, Dad! And then it kept going. I'm like, oh, so good.
They
So
ate
good.
that up. They loved
did,
it.
man.
Yeah.
I would do that again in a second.
Man,
that was
Reid,
so fun.
I think
If that was an audience full of adults, I would have been like, cool, hey guys.
It's so
You would've-
hard.
you
to,
would've
like,
still
here.
You would have still done the Bluey
Adults.
thing though.
Yeah, dude, just because I have a mind of a child.
Me too.
And that's
I
like,
relate.
If you have
it's
done
so
the
hard for
Bluey
me to,
thing,
dude.
they
It's
would've
so hard
gotten
for me to grow
riled
up.
up,
It's
though.
so hard for me to grow up. Like I'm always constantly thinking about like when I was a kid and like what I did and like Saturday morning cereal, just like watching cartoons. Like so, like my mind will always be like of a child. And I think either my kids are lucky or unlucky for that.
So you're saying
They're
you
gonna grow up and be
gotta-
like, I learned nothing from my father because all
gotta
he
close
wanted to
the
do
yearbook.
was watch Sesame Street all day.
It was
You gotta close the yearbook.
Yeah, I do, dude. It's so hard.
it was
man.
good. So what would you say is your least favorite segment of the whole season?
Oh, dude, that is so hard. That's what she said.
Ah,
I was
got
thinking,
him. That was good.
yeah, give me
Tickle
some ideas.
Monster?
Give me some ideas, dude. No, Tickle Monster was fun.
That was
No, that one
gold.
was
the thing with
hilarious.
Tickle Monster is like we thought it was not going to go anywhere. Like,
And it did so well.
Whoever
Like,
came
we
with the
didn't-
taser idea, I don't know
we
who
didn't
it was,
have a
but it was
punchline.
great.
Great. That was him.
It was-
that
yeah,
was Reid.
it was me.
came up
Okay.
with that.
The thing
Dude,
with
he
that
said,
one.
and we talked about that in one of
He
the
did
first
save it,
episodes of the
yeah.
podcast.
Did you?
About how crazy that segment was and how we had
Yeah.
No clue if it was going to work. at all.
Even during rehearsal.
I'm just like, dude, this is stupid.
This is not
This is
gonna work.
not gonna work.
Yeah.
And I'm
On
like,
the
Jack.
day,
I'm like, Jack. The segment is a joke. You need a setup, and then you need a punchline. We don't have a punchline. And then that's when I thought the idea. I'm like, well, we're using a taser in the first show. I'm like, just let me have a taser in my pocket, and if somebody's not laughing, and I'm just gonna give it to them.
The funny thing was, with the content of that game was
Yeah.
literally just like, let's just play and see what happens.
And the best part is the audience didn't know it, but they knew they saw the taser segment in the first part of the show, but then the second part, I'm just like, whip it out, and they're like, oh,
Yeah, they're like, oh,
Yeah, they
It's
went
like Chekhov's
crazy.
gun. You know,
Yeah.
you show it in the first half. It's going to be in the second
yes,
half.
you know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know what's so interesting though is, and Reid, tell me if you felt this way too. I'm so glad that I feel like there's some nights where personally I feel like on, and then there's other nights where I feel like completely off. And a
So we can
segment,
go back to that. I don't think you finished your story about the kids show, about the second show, did you?
that was all I was gonna say.
So by the time the second
Oh.
show was about to end,
When
I could tell
yes.
that you were getting so
I was off
tired.
then.
You were,
I was like-
you were still doing great, but
Ugh.
I could just see in your eyes, like you were just like, all right, I'm a little tired.
like a headache. I'm like, oh, this
That
is
was-
sugar
that was
rush
like
we
everywhere.
We
Yeah.
didn't feel like we got the best content.
But I'm
I
not gonna
remember.
lie, dude. I was still ready to go.
Yeah, you were slinging the whole time, and I could tell that you could tell, but that I was like, all right, let's get out of
And
here.
I could tell that he could tell that you could tell.
You're gonna be
I
a
could tell
great
that
father.
you could tell that he could tell that.
Guys, I could tell that he could tell that you could tell that he could tell that.
I could tell that he could tell that I could tell that you could tell that he
Yes.
could tell that I could tell that you could tell
No,
that he
no,
could
no,
tell
that
that
he
she
could
could
tell
tell that
I
she
could
could tell
tell.
that I could tell that I could tell that I could tell. Let's
Yo.
go to hell.
Hey, yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, there's some nights where I feel like, do you feel this too? On, and there's other nights where you're like, I got nothing here, like straight up nothing. And a night like Tickle Monster, luckily, I felt like we were like slinging. But if that could have been so awkward, if we're up there
If you
and we
guys
got
were-
nothing in the tank, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, like
Does
you're
that-
not even
yes.
willing to give it a try.
Yes. Do you ever have that, Reid?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Be honest. You can share your feelings.
No,
No.
You're always
dude,
on.
I love doing this stuff, and so like, no, like when I'm up there, like it's just the energy is always constant. Like I don't
flow of
I don't come
consciousness.
down until like everything's over and it's time to settle down. And, like I don't know. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and like now that I'm doing it, it's just so fun, and it's something I want to try to hopefully continue to keep doing. It's like, and it's like one of those things. I'm gonna talk to the kids right now.
Talk to the kids.
Talk to the kids right now that are in school.
After we've
that
taught
you
them a
think
lot of
are
terms
too
tonight.
Cool to do stuff. Grow up. God, dude, I was such a punk in school. Like in high school, man, I was such a punk. Like,
Like you think your poop don't stink, sort of thing.
yeah, a little kind. Like I was just like
Chris-
freshman. I was like thuggish. I'm
Onion
like,
butter.
don't mess with me. Like I was just dude. And then like, I got to do something. Like sophomore year, like I joined wrestling, so I did wrestling. I was like, I gotta straighten out. But like, what I should have been doing, but I still thought I was too cool for it, is like school plays and like the acting stuff. I should have been doing all that in school.
And did
And I
part of
did.
you, when you were that age, like did part of you, were you kind of like, oh man, I wish I could do it?
Super
but,
jealous. Yes, because we went.
But you couldn't tell any of your friends
as a,
that.
as a
because-
class, we went and saw Sound of Music that was playing in our auditorium that they put on, and I was watching it the whole time. I'm like, fuck, this is awesome. I want to do this, but like,
But your friends would have made fun of you.
probably. But that's the thing, though. It's like we had. I have two friends.
They're not really your friends if they're making fun of you for the stuff you like to do.
And who cares if they are? I don't see half of those people anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. You're not going to see most of those people for the rest of your life
These
anyway.
two kids weren't even in my grade in T.
Exactly.
They were in, well, obviously.
Yeah, you didn't even know
He was
these.
in the
You didn't
grade-
even know
he-
these guys.
Yeah.
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 That's the thing. So like, just do it. Just do stuff.
You'll meet people.
I have two friends right now. They're twins, Ben and Brady Murphy. They're fantastic people.
Drop their names.
I
Go
am.
find
Ben
them on
and Brady
Facebook.
Murphy, I love you guys.
Look 'em up on
Fantastic-
Facebook.
Fantastic dudes. They were in wrestling, and they also were in like the school plays, and they were awesome on the stage. And I don't know why I couldn't do that. So yeah, get out there, do it. Don't act too cool.
Don't
Because
not chase
right
your
now I'm
dreams.
38. It's like I wish I started doing this sooner, but it is never too late.
You know, that kind of reminds me of a story. it's kind of actually embarrassing.
He's gonna come up in here and he's gonna make fun of what I just said.
No,
I'm getting so heartfelt.
no.
He's like, I remember this
I'm
one time when I
telling
was
you.
taking a poo.
Okay, no, that's not what it is.
Nacho
That's not what it is. All right.
I'm sorry. I
So
jumped the gun.
There's this one time I was taking a poop.
Oh.
I'm joking. Okay, here's the story.
This coffee's hot.
So me and my buddies, I was in probably 7th grade, and beforehand,
So
I had,
last year, okay.
yes, mentally.
Okay.
Beforehand, like in like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, we had this program at our school during the summer where they do like a week-long play.
Sure.
And that was always like one of my favorite parts of the summer. I loved it, and like I always like got like super fun villain roles or this or that, and like it was really fun to me, you know. And like by the time 7th, 8th grade hits, like everyone tells you that that's not a cool thing to do. So I didn't really like I didn't do it because, you know, I felt the peer pressure.
Yeah.
And there's one night I sit with my friends and they were all very sports oriented. And this is like 7th, 8th grade. And
Were you a sports oriented kid?
I tried.
Okay.
I really did try. All through high
At
school,
least
I
you
tried.
tried.
The
At
only
least you
sport I
tried.
was good at was golf. And,
Okay.
you know, that's that.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
really
to say
enjoyed
that
it.
you're not athletic. It's just you
Well,
didn't fit in as
I
much
was
as you
not
thought.
athletic. I was
Right,
a
yeah.
chunky boy. I struggled to get up and down the basketball court.
But there was
Anyways,
something about the atmosphere that pulled you in.
yeah, I
Struggled
don't-
up and down to get the basketball court and up and down.
I struggled.
Stairs.
I struggled to get playing time on the basketball
Right.
court, even
I was
for sure.
I was a chubby kid,
Dude,
Yeah.
me too. The
Still
1 year
am.
of basketball I did.
So, anyways, yeah. So we got done like playing basketball. We were at like our local health club, and we got done playing basketball. And like I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have like a really heart-to-heart moment with these guys, and they're gonna take it so well. And I was like I sit down with them. We're like sitting in the health club lounge, and I'm like, you know, I don't remember word for word what I said, but I said something along the lines of like, and you know, like I'm really. That was actually how I started.
I'm
it.
just kidding. Sorry. Cut.
So I was like, yeah, you know, you guys are so talented at your sports and stuff. You guys are so good at, because they'd always give me guff for being so bad at sports, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, and you know, like I just think about like I really like, you know, like making movies and like acting and like I think I'm like my skills rely on like acting and like theater and stuff.
Right,
and like
yeah.
they kind of like looked at each other and then they just burst out laughing.
Oh man.
And I remember like I was thinking like, how could they not receive me well?
That's so mean.
That's brutal, dude.
That sucks.
Dude, he
I
was-
genuinely feel bad.
Your brother
Yeah,
laughed
that
at you.
sucks.
Chuck. Him
When
and
you
my-
said it was your friends, it was actually your parents, wasn't it?
This is
Like,
my brother.
Let's be real, Edward. Those were not your friends.
yeah.
I actually still keep in touch with them.
And,
Have they changed their minds?
Yeah, and
Do
what
they
do they-
I think
support
we
you
were
And what do they
now?
say now? What do they say
Yeah.
now about what you're doing?
Oh, they think it's awesome.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've changed their.
It was.
They saw you on TV and they're like, oh.
I mean, I wonder
get
if
It
it
was just like the
now.
mentality back then as kids.
Yeah, and like if roles were reversed, I might have probably said the same
Yeah,
thing at
yeah,
a different
yeah.
time in my life.
Right.
And like, is the stigma is just so strong.
It's-
you know?
yeah.
It's I
And-
get it, because like when you tell me you golf, I have the same reaction. I just want to
Yeah,
laugh at you.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 Because I'm just kidding. I love golf.
I remember being.
And you tell me that you wrestle, you know, other dudes in
Yeah,
singlets on a
yeah,
mat, you know,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I have the same reaction towards you. I mean,
we're
that was-
dudes. Dudes wrestling dudes. Get a life.
Hey.
You know what? You know what? Do you know what?
I watched
Do you
the
know
WWE
what?
as a kid.
What?
I
Do you
loved
know
that.
what?
I would wrestle.
Girls
my friend on
wrestle
his
now, too.
trampoline, So.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, so
We
I
were
went
gay.
to
Yeah.
so funny thing yesterday. I went to my old high school yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this. When I was in high school, my English teacher, Mr. Christensen, props to Mr. Christensen.
Mr.
Yeah.
Christensen.
Am I
He's
okay? Can I just
watching.
talk
My
about
boy.
whatever?
We
Are we
love
just
you.
talking about whatever? All right. So Mr.
Tell us your
Christensen,
deepest,
Mr. C,
darkest
Pirate
sin.
MC is his nickname. Call him Pirate MC because I'm pretty sure on his left arm, right up here, he's got a pirate tattoo, like a pirate
Nice.
flag.
Oh, cool.
Really cool dude, just like so educated and proper. Like if you talk to him, you'll be like,
Did he
I
say?
shouldn't be in the same room with you right now.
Because he
dude,
said
because-
arg and he had
No,
scurvy.
no. So he just like he sits up very straight.
Driving me nuts.
He sits up very straight. He's like, proper. He talks
Whoa.
like this. Yep.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes. And he listens very well. Oh, just a great dude.
Great man.
But one day during class, this is like 2004, 2005. My English teacher, he was
Jeez, you're
he was
old.
bragging. I know, dude. He was bragging about how awesome he was at 007 on Nintendo 64. And so
Oh.
immediately I'm like, challenge. I'm like, no, I will go home after school, get my 64, and I will bring it in, and we will play. And so I did. And He annihilated me. He
wasn't playing.
He refuses it to this day. He said he wasn't, but he chose Odd Job. I know he did. He's gonna.
We know your secrets.
He's like, no, I did not. Like, I could be wrong. I could be having like a Mandela effect situation going on, but I could have sworn he was because I was so hard to hit him because I thought specifically. I remember I could shoot that stupid hat. But anyway, so
That hat haunts
so
me.
recently I found out something in the game that you could do that I had no idea. You can stay in crouch position the whole time. I don't know if you knew that.
I've never
Yeah,
played.
we used to have.
You
I
guys
know
don't-
the
a lot about
remastered
Goldeneye.
You
version.
guys don't
We
care
had it in
because you
PS3 version.
guys weren't even born yet when this came
you got
out.
We had the PS3
Oh,
version.
cool.
This was
007 remastered.
I think it was
GoldenEye.
remastered. Yeah.
Okay, shut up. I'm talking about the Nintendo 64 version. There was never.
Wait, is this the one where you had to like
fart.
crank it like
Nintendo
this?
64.
Like, you had to, like, and there's
yeah,
like a
when
guy,
Donkey Kong.
there's a guy
was
with
on the
piano that like added sound effects on the side.
Yeah. We played it in a Nickelodeon. So anyway, I found out you could do that in the game. So I challenged him again on Facebook. I was like, check this video out.
Wait,
I
this is
challenge
modern
you
day?
again. Yeah. This is a few days ago.
How old is he?
Close
Guess?
to dead, I'm sure.
I honestly don't know. I think he was in his 30s when he was.
Oh, so he'd be like 50.
So he's probably
60,
50s or so.
maybe.
Yeah.
So you found it on Facebook.
So no. I
found
I
him on
recorded a
Facebook.
video of what I could do because I was playing that on my phone with an emulator or whatever. I was playing on my phone, so I recorded it. And I posted on Facebook. I'm like, I didn't know you could do this. I'm challenging you, blah 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 blah, because you're Odd Job, and that's when he was refusing. I'm like, you're Odd Job, shut up. And then
I know you were.
So like he was stoked. I had a buddy text me. He's like, dude, Mr. C is so stoked. He's going to the high school right now to boot it up and make sure everything works. I'm like, dude, we have to plan something. I have kids. I can't just like do whatever. And I told him that on Facebook. I'm like, no. Let's make a plan. Blah 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 blah. And then my wife chimes in. She's like, no, go ahead and just bring Lennox with you. I'm like, okay. So I bring my kid to my high school, and we go to Mr. C's room, and we hook up the 64.
Wait, when was the last time you had seen this man?
High school, 2005.
Wow.
So this was the reunion.
Was it weird walking in those halls?
No, it was awesome.
What school did you go to?
Brandon.
Okay, sure.
It's changed a lot. They're doing a lot of work to it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I got in. We booted it up. Annihilated me.
Again?
10-0.
Was he Odd
Not
Job?
a chance?
1-9. 10 There was one point my kid like was standing between my legs and I was playing. My kid, I don't know how he did it. He hit the pause button and quit. He's 1.5. He quit my game because he knew I was just getting steamrolled, dude.
Was he Odd Job?
No, he never chose Odd Job. And he annihilated, wiped the floor with
So
me.
you're telling me?
But then he had a copy of WCW NWA Revenge, and I dominated him, and it felt so
You
good.
got him back.
Suck it.
So it felt so good.
Yo, Mr. C.
There was a point to this. What was I gonna talk
Pirate
about?
C.
No,
Pirate boy.
Yes, Pirate C.
No, there was another point to this, and I totally forgot where I was leading up to. What I was gonna
Because
talk
we're talking about theater.
Yeah, we were
The
talking
theater.
about theater.
And you went back to your high school.
And
Went back to
doing
high
what you
school,
want to do.
Do what
and
you want to do.
Yep, and say
The
no.
kids show. We were
Yeah.
talking about.
Words you can and cannot say on the podcast.
Yep. We were talking about Nerf guns and UFOs.
That was the previous.
Oh, that was last.
Not last. The week before.
That was 2 weeks ago.
We were interviewing Chantel Krebs.
No, we were talking about something. We were on something before that, and then I was like, "Hang on, let me talk about this to set it up." But now I can't remember where it was going.
Well, you had Mr. C, and you used to be a punk when you were a freshman.
Yep.
And you had to get into something to straighten
Yep,
yourself
so
out.
you decided wrestling to straighten yourself
this
out.
feels
We're
like-
giving you every single
Oh,
thing that
this
we've
feels-
talked
This
about.
feels like a. I can't remember. It was leading up to something. I'm so sorry. I
That's
told you.
okay.
Dude, I told you I'm terrible at podcasts. 'Cause
That's
it's
all
like,
right.
Oh, that was a great story. That was a legendary story, actually.
Anyway,
because the whole thing
hats
came
off
full
to you,
circle.
Mr. Christensen. I bow down.
You're the man, Mr.
Hey, at
C.
least you got
Master.
some way to get a little even
I
with him.
did. I told him we should do this again because it was a lot of fun. I know my buddy Michael Scott. He said he wants to play too. So I'm like, let's
You know
let's
Michael
make a turn out of
Scott
it.
from
Yeah, Michael
Dunder
Scott.
Mifflin?
Dude, his name is Michael
Yeah,
Scott.
you could make this a thing though. You know.
I could, yeah. Make it a tournament. We want to do a tournament. So he wants to play next time. So we might. Oh,
So is he still
Do it.
teaching?
That's cool.
Yeah, he's still teaching in seniors. He's also, I think he told me to. I'm so sorry. Head coach of the football team, or one of the head coaches anyway.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's his address?
Well, thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Daylight Boomin'. We will see you again next week for another episode with Reid.
Ayo.
Check us out. Merch. Bye.
Bada boom, good night, comes a shot.
But it was a shot.